Hey everybody, Kristen here. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. I am super excited to bring you today's episode, which is called Somatic Orientation for Success. Yes. So when we last left off, we had worked through a lot of different awareness and regulation and focus and power and energy and putting those aspects together into something called somatic orientation, which is literally looking inside and being honest with where you truly are in that moment. Are you tired? Did you have sleep? Are you ready for what comes next, or do you need to chill out? So I have put all of those things together and over time come up with this really great system called Somatic Orientation for Success, which I am now ready to share with you. So if you've ever felt productive but exhausted, driven but kind of disconnected, and motivated but unable to follow through, which a lot of high performance and high achieving people find themselves at a certain point. Even if it doesn't show on the outside, you may start to feel this way. And I have something that may explain why. At a certain point, most high achievers are not making decisions based on our true capacity, but we start making decisions based on pressure and expectations, habits, sometimes a sense of urgency. And the body will keep that score, meaning your nervous system knows when you have the capacity to expand and go big and push forward and learn things and grow as a human, and when you need to recover or restore or integrate even what you have been taking on and pushing yourself. When we learn something and we grow and we take in information, or we do training or something to push ourselves forward, we also have to allow for the other side of that, which is the rest and recovery, or the integration of all of those things that we were just exposed to or experienced. When you need integration and recovery, it's dangerous to ignore that. When we ignore what our nervous system is telling us, that's when we get to burnout. We erode our self-trust. We are exhausted, we feel disconnected, and a lot of those symptoms that I just mentioned earlier. However, when we listen to our nervous system, the success that we experience from all of our endeavors becomes sustainable. And that is priceless. That's what we're actually trying to achieve, right? Success that is sustainable without collapsing or giving up something to have that success. Our nervous system governs our energy, our focus, our emotional regulation, our behavior patterns, our resilience. It essentially governs all of the elements of ourselves that make us or break us. So the science of listening to our nervous system is called interoception, or what do I perceive? What is my perception of what's happening inside of me? My internal framework, what's happening there. So that's called interoception. And the practice of listening to our nervous system and then identifying the state that we are truly in is called your somatic orientation. Your soma is your body, and your orientation is literally where are you in the present moment. So somatic orientation increases coherence in the nervous system and then in our body's repair and our rhythms. So when you are listening to your nervous system, then your actions can start matching your biology instead of fighting it. And that's where we get that sustainability. So in simple terms, somatic orientation is a body-based decision-making system that we can all follow when we are pursuing things. It's the practice of reading our nervous system signals in real time and using that information to decide whether to rest or integrate the aspects of our life that we just experienced, or is it time to rise to the occasion and expand and grow and push ourselves. Over the last couple of decades, between my own high-performance endeavors and working with hundreds of clients, including dozens of very high-performance individuals, I have come to understand that making the choices that match one's own nervous system state is the real foundation for any lasting success with any endeavor. Nervous system regulation is not really a side aspect to your wellness. It is literally the foundation of with which whatever you're building on is going to last or not. So from this understanding and all of this research, I created a system called Somatic Orientation for Success, or SoS for short. Somatic Orientation for Success helps you align your actions with your true capacity so success doesn't cost you your well-being. It's about making progress without sacrificing your health or your relationships or your sense of self, your sense of self-trust. It's the ability to show up fully without collapsing afterwards. And we all know what it's like to just go and collapse. It's not that great. And we lose a little bit of what we gained, and we definitely erode our sense of self. So SOS is about sustainability, and we know that real success is sustainable success. So that's what we're going for now with our endeavors, is sustainability, success, without giving up our lives. The good news is my SOS method is also not complicated. It's a simple self-regulation system that improves your multifunction coherence, which is your autonomic nervous system, your endocrine system, your immune system, your metabolic system, your neural system. And this increases your body's capacity to coordinate your behavior to rest and repair and grow and be sustainable. So here is how it works. Before you schedule your to-do list or your day or a task, or before you take an action step, answer a request, a commitment, push yourself, or decide to participate in something, you're going to orient yourself first. So to do this, I use 4 orientation questions, and they only take a moment to ask yourself and answer. So we're going to just jump right in and try this together. So first, let's just relax our shoulders and notice if your jaw is clenched or is anything like furrowed or intensely squeezing, and just kind of relax for a moment and let yourself be where you are. Notice the chair that you're sitting in or the ground that you're standing on or whatever in your environment is supporting you. And then we're going to take one slow breath. We're going to do 3 seconds in through our nose and then 6 seconds out through our mouth. So we want to make that exhale a little bit longer than the inhale so that we start to calm down our vagus nerve. And that's going to help us get into more of that that alpha state, that calm state, a better state to notice ourselves and get into the flow. Now we're going to return to feeling where your body feels supported and realize that you're here. And let's bring our attention to one aspect of your life that is unresolved right now. Not something huge like a big trauma, but something real, like maybe a conversation that you need to have, a pressure point of some sort, a commitment, a schedule that you need to create, or some kind of tension. So think about that. Think about what you have to do. And then we're going to ask ourselves those 4 orientation questions. And then you're going to just notice and honor your first response to each one. And if you have to, write it down or make a note of it so that you really do have your first answer in front of you. Because sometimes what happens is as we go along, our nervous system decides what we think we should be doing instead of what we actually are prepared to do. Okay, so question number 1 is, what is my capacity right now? Do I have the resources of time, money, energy, and desire to navigate this activity, this task, this tension that's in front of me? Let's say it's a difficult phone call that you have to have. So are you ready for that phone call? Because when you don't come from a place of being ready, you're not going to come from your best place, to have this dialogue with. Number 2 is, does the choice that you're making around this task or tension make you feel organized, or does it make you feel fragmented? So if thinking about the action that you're going to take makes you feel coherent and focused, then wow, you are ready for it. But if it makes you feel a little scattered or overwhelmed, then it might be time to do a little integration or some kind of like meditation or recovery around the situation before you actually take it on. And then question 3 is, if I do this now, whatever the above was, will I recover? Do I have enough in me, or am I borrowing from my future self? Am I borrowing energy, time, or money from my future self? Because that's going to always come due. And if you're doing it consciously and you know that you have time to restore your energy or your cash or your vitality, then that's different. But if you don't see where you're going to restore this and you're just pushing, then you may want to take a moment again and figure out what part of you needs to restore or recover. Do you need to take a nap? Do you need to go play with your dog? Do you need to be in nature? Do you need to do research? What is it that you might need to do in order to make the above make you feel whole, coherent, and excited, but not fragmented and drained? Okay, and then question 4. Am I moving towards something meaningful, or am I moving away from a discomfort? So often urgency comes from avoidance, avoiding something uncomfortable, and purpose comes from alignment. So if what you're thinking above is actually avoiding something, be cautious with that. Be cautious with that kind of urgency and maybe take that step back and pick another task at first. But if it feels aligned, then go for it. And if you're just needing a little bravery, just get brave and go for it. But if you feel like you're avoiding something, take a moment and do an integration or recovery practice, and then go for the expansion or the push. Just because you need one doesn't mean the other can't follow pretty quickly after. That's for you to decide. But doing things in the right order and the right timing is actually one of the better skill sets in life. Is when you want to achieve something, timing is kind of everything. So sometimes it's not the right time and you need patience, or sometimes it is the right time and you have to get going and be brave. Our body always knows the difference, and sometimes our mind is just not ready to admit it. So these questions will also help you get to the truth about where you are and what is right for you. And we know, again, that the truth is sustainable, it pushes us forward, and ultimately we are happier and more prosperous because of it. So it's okay if you find that you need a little integration or rest before taking on a task, or maybe you need recovery and a massage. Or maybe you need none of that and you are fully ready to push yourself and grow. And this could be anything from a workout to an investment presentation to a family reunion. That task and whatever's in front of you is for you to experiment with. So why this method works? My SoS method works because your nervous system governs your energy, your focus, your emotional regulation, your decision-making, and your recovery. SoS tells us when to rest and when to rise. If your nervous system is dysregulated, no productivity system will fix that. And trust me, I know that as well. And if your nervous system is ready for action, then your execution becomes clear, fast, sustainable, and it becomes joyful. It's actually really exciting and fun to go after that. So nervous system regulation governs all of our vital signs and our emotional state. So we're going to keep that in mind. And knowing when to oscillate between the two modes of resting and rising up is the foundation of our health span, not an outlying consideration. This is the foundation of our vitality, our long life, and our health span. And some other great news is that this practice doesn't just come with immediate benefits. Science is proving the long-term benefits as well, and that's great news. So direct biomarker research on somatic orientation itself is still developing, but there are some things that we know. Here are two recent examples. A 2024 pilot randomized trial found that a breath-based mind-body protocol increased parasympathetic activity and reduced salivary cortisol and inflammatory markers, including IL-6 and TNF-alpha after physiological stress. A 2025 meta-analysis found that mindfulness-based interventions were associated with reductions in TNF-alpha, IL-6, CRP, and pulse wave velocity. So the honest takeaway is this. When we practice somatic orientation and related regulation skills, we improve the markers of autonomic flexibility and reduce some of the markers of chronic stress and inflammation. And who doesn't want that, right? Most people I find report a feeling of immediate reduction in chronic tension and improved sleep, believe it or not, without needing to slow down their life, just from using this method. This can also feel strange if you're used to being in overwhelm all the time. But I promise, though, the balance of recovery to constant growth is well worth your health and your happiness. And ultimately, this trains your nervous system to recover faster. So your nervous system's going to recover faster from stress the more you practice this somatic orientation for success method. The more you understand where you really are before taking something on, the more success you're going to have overall, and the faster you're going to recover from things that are big. Okay, let's try the 4-question SoS method again. So ground yourself where you are. And notice that you're being supported by whatever you're sitting on or standing on. And then take that 3-second inhale through your nose. And that 6-second exhale through your mouth. And now think of something that just got asked of you, or something on your to-do list, or a point of tension that you know you're having. And then ask yourself, 1, do you have the capacity or the resource to take this on, truly? Then ask yourself if you feel fragmented or more organized from your answer to question number 1. Then check in with your energy level, both emotionally and physically, and determine if you're going to borrow energy from your future self to complete the above. And if yes, is it worth it? And when can you restore or replenish that energy? And 4, ask yourself if the answers above are ultimately centered around avoiding something unpleasant, or if they are in alignment with your purpose. And from there, when you answer yourself truly, you're going to know exactly what to do. So take action based on your answers, and you will find that this practice becomes more and more of an instinct over time, and then your overall state is significantly happier and wiser. All right, guys, I'm going to stop here for now and suggest that you consciously use this method 1 to 4 times a day for the next week, and then watch how your world organizes itself towards real and sustainable success. I will see you next time, where we will go even deeper on this path. All right, talk to you soon. Thanks again. Hey everybody, thanks for watching and listening. You can find all episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and iHeartRadio.